We'll begin by resting in constructive rest pose. Lie on your back with the knees bent, feet in line with the sit bones. Letting yourself relax down towards the floor. Feel your tailbone sinking down. Settle yourself evenly at the back of the pelvis so each side of the sacrum is equally weighted. Relax the belly. Allow the lower back to settle into its neutral curve. Feel the ribs drop down towards the mat, the shoulder blades spread wide, the arms relax all the way out to the fingertips. Check that the neck is comfortable. Use a pillow behind your head if necessary to draw the chin down slightly towards the notch of the neck. Drop the back of the head down into its support and relax a little bit more. Bring your attention to your lower back. Feel its neutral curve. And we'll engage the inner core, stabilizing the neutral position of the pelvis and the spine. Inhale to prepare for the pelvic floor. And exhale, gather the pelvic floor in towards the center. And then maintain that. Think of a big belt wrapping around from behind you. And gather the belt beneath the belly button. Feel everything nice and snug around the pelvis and lower back. And then soften that effort and relax completely. Be sure the neck and shoulders stay relaxed. Inhale, prepare to do it again. Exhale, gather the pelvic floor in. Wrap the transversus belt around. Look it snug beneath the belly button. Stable pelvis, stable lower back. Take a breath with that inner core engaged. And then let it go. And relax everything. And one more time, inhale, prepare for the inner core. Exhale, engage the pelvic floor, wrap the belt around, feel it snug, and again, maintain and take a breath or two. So the inner core can be engaged no matter where we are in the breath and in any movement. And then relax that. We'll bring the hands behind the head, interlace the fingers, open the elbows out wide. Inhale and be aware of the ribs flaring out wide. Exhale, unflare the ribs in the front, imprint the ribs in the back. And then relax with the inhale. Again, notice the ribs flaring. And with the exhale, unflare the front ribs, imprint the back ribs. Keep the elbows out nice and wide. And inhale, relax it. Feel the ribs flare. One more time. Exhale. Front ribs knitting together. Back ribs imprinting. And relax that with the inhale. And now prepare for the head lifts. We'll use the inner core and the knitting imprinting of the ribs. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, gather the inner core, knit and imprint, and keep your neutral lower back. Keep your pelvis steady. Lift the head up off of the mat. And lower back down. Twice more, anchor, and lift with the exhale. Keep the pelvis in the back perfectly still. One more time, exhale to lift, and inhale to lower back down. Release your hands out from under your head. Bring your arms down to the sides. Relax everything for a moment. Pay attention to the neutral lower back. We're going to work with a neutral lower back. Inhale, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Exhale, engage the inner core and reach your arms back towards the wall behind you. Go ahead and let the ribs flare even while you keep your pelvis steady. Inhale, bring your arms up towards the ceiling. And exhale, settle your arms back down onto the sides. Again, inhale, arms float up. Exhale, just use your inner core and reach back with the arms, stabilizing the lower back and the pelvis. Only the ribs can flare. This time we're going to stay here and inhale. Notice that flaring of the ribs, the arc away from the floor. Keep your arms back as you exhale and add your knitting and imprinting of the ribs. So now the back ribs are down, your lower back still neutral. Inhale, arms to the ceiling, and then exhale. Relax the belly as you bring the arms down to the sides. I'm going to do that again. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, inner core, ribs knitting. We're going to go back with the ribs free, letting the ribs flare and arc away from the floor and stay while you inhale. And then exhale, add your knitting and imprinting of the ribs, and float the arms up towards the ceiling, and then relax the arms down to the sides. We're going to do the scaption with the arms. Make a fist with your wrist, stick your thumbs out like you're hitchhiking. For this one, we're keeping the ribs perfectly straight and the back ribs imprinted the whole time. Inhale, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. Engage the inner core. Knit and imprint the ribs. Keep your arms completely straight. Your back ribs pressing down into the mat the whole time. And reach back. Maybe your thumbs are going to hit the floor, maybe not. But don't bend your elbows or your wrists to make that happen. Inhale, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, relax the arms down to the sides. If your thumbs touched, then tuck them inside the fist. If they didn't, do the same exercise again. Neutral lower back, back ribs staying imprinted the whole time, arms are straight. Inhale, arms up towards the ceiling. So engage the inner core, knit and imprint. Keep your arms completely straight as you reach back. Keep the back ribs down, both equally important. Reach back, maybe you'll touch the floor, maybe you won't, but don't bend your arms in order to do it. Inhale, bring the arms up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, lower the arms down to the sides. If you touch the floor with the fists, then you're going to flatten your hands out and put your palms down. If not, keep the thumbs tucked in or the thumbs sticking out. One more time. Inhale, arms float up. Straight through the whole arms. If your fists are open, straight through the fingertips as well. Inner core, knit and imprint. Reach back. Keep the wrists, the fingers straight. Don't bend back in the wrist to touch the floor. Maybe you'll touch, maybe you won't, but keep that straight arm. You're going to feel much more stretch if you stay straight. Inhale, arms float up. And then we're going to stop in the vertical position. Let everything relax for a moment. And then reach the fingertips to the ceiling and drop the shoulders back down to the floor. Relax the humeral heads into the sockets. Reach up. And then drop the shoulders down. Let the arms drop down into the sockets. And one more time, lift. And relax back down. And keep your arms in vertical. Soften in the shoulders. Engage the inner core. Prepare for alternate leg lifts with an extension of the leg. Steady in the inner core. Ribs knitting, imprinting. Keep your pelvis steady as you lift the right foot up. And then flex your foot and extend the leg out long. Inhale, bend the knee. Keep your shoulders relaxed and exhale, lower the foot back down. Pelvis completely still. Keep anchoring, lift the left foot up. Keep the right back ribs down. Exhale, flex and extend. Flex your foot, extend your legs, knit the ribs together. Inhale, bend the knee, keep the shoulders easy. Steady the pelvis as you lower the foot back down. No movement from side to side. Re-anchor, go back to the right side, float the right foot up, make sure the back ribs stay imprinted. Exhale, reach your leg away, 45-degree angle, flex your foot back, toes coming towards the knee. Inhale, bend the knee, keep anchoring on the pelvis, softening around the shoulders, and lower the right foot back down. Re-anchor and take the left foot up. Exhale, reach away with the foot, keep the shoulders relaxed, knit the ribs, stretch your toes back towards your knee. Inhale, bend the knee, anchor, and exhale, lower back down to the floor. One more time on each leg. Steady pelvis, right foot up, keep the back ribs imprinting. Exhale, knit the front ribs as you reach away with the right foot. Inhale, bend the knee, easy in the shoulders. And re-anchor as you lower your foot, keep the pelvis steady, the shoulders relaxed. Last one, anchor and lift, left foot up. And flex the foot, extend the leg. Re-anchor, bend the knee. Keep the pelvis still, the shoulders relaxed as you come back down with that foot. And then float your arms down to your sides. Let everything soften. And then we're going to grab a small ball or a folded towel or a pillow and place it between the knees. Once you have something between the knees, the legs should still be about hip socket distance apart, not too wide. Bring the upper body into its relaxed position. Keep your neutral spine. We're going to bring the hands behind the head. Interlace the fingers, open the elbows out wide. As you inhale, feel your ribs flaring. As you exhale, unflare, imprint the back ribs, use your inner core, then squeeze the inner thighs into the ball. Keep the pelvis completely still. Relax that squeeze. Find your neutral spine and keep it. Exhale, squeeze into the ball, maintain it. And inhale, release. One more time, anchor, exhale, squeeze into the ball. Take a neutral back, head lift, and we're going to do the crazy fish. Be really aware of your legs staying still in space. Exhale, side bend, left elbow to left hip. Inhale, center, and exhale, right elbow to right hip. Keep your legs still. Inhale to the center. Exhale, side bend left. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend right. And inhale, center. One more each way. And re-anchor. Come to the center. Lower your head down. Relax your arms. If you have something behind your head, take it out for a moment. Re-engage the inner core. Knit and imprint the ribs. Now tilt the pelvis and then squeeze into the ball. Stay evenly weighted on both feet and lift your hips up. Coming into a pelvic lift, squeezing on the ball. And lower back down. Imprint the back ribs, tilt the pelvis, roll through the spine. Keep the squeeze on the ball. And then relax. And again, anchor, inner core first. Knit and imprint. Tilt the pelvis, squeeze the ball. Then press evenly into the feet to raise your hips up. And lower back down. Imprint the back ribs on the way down. Tilt the pelvis. Keep the squeeze on the ball as you lower down. And release. One more time. Inner core. Knit and imprint. Tilt the pelvis. Squeeze the ball and lift. And re-anchor and lower down. Imprint. Squeeze the ball. Pelvis is tilted and then it releases. And you can relax the squeeze on the ball. Keep it there if it's comfortable. We're going to do the 100 holding it between the legs. So if you have something too unwieldy, like a blanket, it might be too big. Your choice. If you want to keep holding something between the knees, you can. Engage the inner core, relax the shoulders. Imprint. We're going to lift both feet at the same time, which we rarely do. So I want you to be really relaxed in the shoulders. Keep the back ribs imprinted. And see if you can keep your neutral spine as you lift both feet up off of the mat. Come to your neutral tabletop. Bring the arms down to the sides. Reconnect with your inner core. Keep your neutral lower back. Knit and imprint. Press the hands into the floor. Lift the head. If you like, extend the legs. And then pulse for 5 with exhale. And 5 with inhale. Exhale for 5. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. We have neutral lower back. Exhale, back ribs imprinting. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Last one, exhale, and inhale. Good, and bend the knee. Take the ball out. Lower your head. One hand on each knee, stirring the coffee. Let your thighs roll around in a relaxed way around the hip sockets. Relax the inner thighs, the front thighs. The arms are doing the work. Reverse your circles. And come into the center. Lengthen the back of the neck. Stretch the lower back. And then straighten the left leg out onto the floor. Engage around your neutral spine. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling. Point the toes. Anchor down through the tailbone. Pull your kneecap towards your hip socket. Wrap the inner core, your ribs knitting and imprinting. Circle 5 circles of the leg. keeping the pelvis still. So feel that the pelvis is still. Use your fingertips. Feel that the pelvis stays still. Back ribs stay imprinting. After 5 one way, 5 the other. Keep the left hip down, the left ribs down. When you're done with those 5, bend your right knee, left hand on the knee, and pull to a twist. Bring the right knee over towards the floor on the left. Relax the right shoulder. You can turn it out, look out over your right fingertips if you like. And then return to your back. Bring the left knee in to join the right. Hug both knees in, lengthen the back of the neck. And straighten the right leg out. Feel your tailbone down on the mat. Engage around the neutral spine. Extend your left leg up to the ceiling. Point the toes. Gather the belt. Pull your kneecap towards your hip socket. Ribs wrapping around. Steady pelvis. 5 circles each way. Keep that leg nice and long. Tailbone sinking down. Reverse for 5 the other. Make sure that the right hip is staying down. After 5 the second way, bend the knee. Use your right hand to pull your knee over towards the floor on the right. Spinal twist, left arm relaxed where it's comfortable. You can turn and look out to the left if you like. Breathe slowly. And return to the center. Bring both knees into the chest. And we're going to take the abdominal series. So we'll start with the legs in neutral tabletop, lower back in neutral, shoulder blades broad, engage the inner core, knit and imprint the ribs, lift the head. Take both hands to one leg, extend the other leg out, and then switch. Take it slow and be precise. Lift the elbows high and wide, drop the shoulders down. Pay attention to the lower back. It's neutral throughout. In fact, it's neutral throughout the whole abdominal series. The exercises get progressively more challenging, but we're going to keep the neutral spine throughout. Let's transition to the double leg stretch. Both knees are bent, chin into the chest, neutral spine. Back ribs imprinting, and exhale, reach the arms and the legs away from the center. Inhale, bend the knees and circle the hands to meet without flattening the back. Exhale, reach out, and inhale, come back in. Keep the neutral lower spine. Exhale, reach out away from the center. Inhale, come back in. 2 more times. Knit and imprint the ribs. Exhale, reach out from center. Inhale, come back around. Last one. One hand on each knee. Push your head down. Hug the knees in. Turn your head slowly. Allow the back to go flat. And return to the center. Bring the knees back out into neutral tabletop. Tailbone down, neutral lower spine. Reconnect with your inner core. Include your pelvic floor there, your belt, the ribs knit and imprint. Head lifts, chin into the chest. One leg straight up, one leg straight down. And switch. Keep the knees nice and straight. Hold the leg behind the calf or behind the thigh, not the knee. Pull your kneecap towards your hip sockets. Lift the elbows out wide to the side. Keep the chin in towards the chest. Good. Both legs come up to the top. Place your hands behind your head. Reconnect with your inner core. Feel your neutral lower back. Imprint the back ribs. Lower the legs down a little bit, but don't disturb the lower back curve. And come back up. Do not flatten the back. Keep it neutral. Knit and imprint. Front ribs knitting, back ribs imprinting. Lower the legs and lift. No boomerang here. Be in control the whole time. Be in control on the way down. You decide when to stop and turn around. Keep the neutral lower back the whole time. Let's do it one more time. And then lower the head, hug the knees, relax the neck, gently stretch the lower back. And come back into the center, neutral tabletop, hands behind the head. Take a moment to really connect with the position of the pelvis, the steadiness of the pelvis. Inhale to prepare for the inner core. Find the pelvic floor, wrap the belt around. Make sure it's wrapping right around your hips. Knit your ribs down to the back pockets. Imprint the back ribs as you lift your head. Bicycle, but go slow. Go through the whole range of motion with the legs. Make sure that the shoulder girdle all moves in one piece. Elbows are staying out nice and wide. You're turning the breastbone. Okay, and bring the knees in, rest your head down, relax your neck. Rock your knees side to side. Then bring your feet down. Relax your arms. Gonna work the neck series. Lengthen the back of the neck, pull the chin in towards the notch of the neck. Keep the shoulders relaxed and gently press the back of the head down. And then unweight the head, just a tiny bit. It's barely leaving the floor. And lower down and press. Make sure the chin stays tucked. Unweight the head and lower down and press. And again, a little bit of unweighting, lift the head just a tiny bit and lower down and press. Then relax. And we'll rotate the head, turn and look out over your left shoulder. Feel your left ear aiming towards the mat and gently press your left ear down. And then imagine this one pulling straight up from the right ear. And lower and press. And straight up from the right ear. Just unweighting a tiny bit. Lower and press. And unweight just a little bit. And finish with a press. And then roll the head back into the center. Relax. And turn and look to the right. Aim your right ear towards the mat. And gently press the right ear down and unweight. Lift straight up from your left ear. Lower and press and lift. It's a small lift, lower and press. And little lift up, lower, press. And relax, turn the head to the center. Feel the point at the back of the head that's touching the mat. Keep that point touching the mat as you side bend. You're going to bring your left ear to your left shoulder. Your nose is still pointing straight up. Press directly into the back of the head and unweight. Lift the nose straight up towards the ceiling. This is a side bend, not a rotation. You're looking straight up at the ceiling. Press down and unweight and press down and unweight and press down and relax to the center. Feel that point at the back of the head. That's the same point that's going to touch the floor as you bring your right ear to your right shoulder. And then gently press down into it and unweight the head. And we'll press and unweight the head. We'll press and unweight and press. And relax back into the center. And then tilt your head back, arching the neck so your chin's pointing up towards the ceiling. Press the back of the head down. And then unweight with the chin going up towards the ceiling. And lower and press. And unweight. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Lower and press. And unweight. And lower and press. And relax back into neutral. Just pause a moment there. And then we're going to turn over onto the stomach. Extend the arms straight out in front of you. Forehead on the floor. Separate the legs a little bit. Relax the lower body. Engage the inner core. Lift the ribs. Press your palms gently down into the floor and raise the chest and head. The elbows are staying down. The shoulders are gliding down the back. And then release. 2 more times. Anchor, stabilize the lower back and raise the chest and head. Let the shoulders draw down the back. And lower and release. 1 more time. And lower and release. Move back to a child's pose. Let your lower back stretch, upper body, wherever it's comfortable. You can have your hands underneath your forehead, or down at your sides, or stretched out in front of you. Be comfortable. I'm going to come to lie on the left side. Stretch out long. Top hand on the top hip or fingertips on the mat in front of you. Inhale to prepare for the inner core and organ lift. Exhale, engage the inner core. Lift your organs up off of the mat. Raise both feet up. Flex your feet and squeeze your toes. Point the feet, fan the toes, and flex back. Squeeze the toes, point, fan the toes, flex back, squeeze the toes, point, fan, and flex back. Now keep the toes open. Reach forward with the balls of the feet, then squeeze the toes and pull back. Open the toes, reach out like you grab something, squeeze and come back. 1 more time. Reach, squeeze, and pull back. Relax down. Keeping your thighs where they are, bend at the knees. Engage the inner core, take your organ lift, steady the pelvis. 10 times, lift and lower the top leg. Keep the pelvis still. Actually, we're going to do 5 more, 15 total. When you're done with those, turn over to your other side. Lie straight out on the right side. Legs fully extended. Engage the inner core. Take an organ lift. Lift both legs up. And flex the feet. Squeeze the toes. Point the feet and fan the toes. Flex back. Squeeze. Point. Fan. Flex. Squeeze, point, fan, flex, keep the toes open, reverse it, reach out, squeeze your toes and pull back. Open the toes, reach out, imagine you're grabbing something and pull it back in. Open, reach, grab, and pull back. Relax the legs down and bend at the knees. Got the front of the hips straight or nearly straight. Engage your inner core and your organ lift. 15 external rotations. Keep the pelvis still. When you're done, roll to your back. We're going to bring the right ankle to the left knee. Stretch the right hip. Lift your left leg up if you like. Support the leg. Balance yourself in the middle of the pelvis. Equal weight on each side of the sacrum. Feel the stretch in the right hip. Try to relax the shoulders. left ankle to the right knee. Again, center yourself. Lift the right foot if you like, support the right leg. Stretch the left hip, relax the shoulders. You can have a flat back. You want to be in the middle of the pelvis, but if you want to tilt it to a flat back, that's fine. And then release, put both feet down. And stretch both legs out. We'll do one roll up. Inhale, bring the arms to the ceiling. And exhale, reach back. Inhale, feel the spine arcing. And then exhale, flatten it down. Engage the inner core, tilt the pelvis, and imprint the ribs. Scoop the belly in. Inhale, arms split up. And roll yourself up. If you need to, you can touch the outside of the thighs. Sit tall, and then lean forward. Releasing the neck, letting the elbows bend, gently stretching the back of the body. And then sit up. Bend your knees and just let your forehead drop down towards the knees. And then sit tall. That'll do it. However, I'm going to end this recording and then come back in about 5 minutes and do the isometric rotator cuff series. I have to finish this one and I want to get it saved. So if you want to tune back in a couple minutes, you can. Or if you want to look for that isometric rotator cuff series, I want to have it as a standalone. So I'm going to end this and I'll be back in just a couple minutes if you want to join me for that. Okay, thanks.